What is up, everybody? Tuberverse TV here today, and we have to talk about this nonsense right here. This is gonna be a follow-up from the fanboys overreacting over the Redfall footage from IGN, which was all just completely awful and terrible gameplay being displayed there. But now we have a Sony fanboy website, Dualshockers, is now giving their opinion about the Redfall gameplay being shown. He says not a good image for the upcoming game. And it's like, really? Why is a PlayStation website focusing on an Xbox game? Is it just that dry over there on PlayStation? Like, I guess they just don't care about PSVR at all because they don't like PSVR 2 games come out. Didn't Sony just focus on that launch very recently? Like, where's the coverage for that? Why are they focusing on an Xbox based game? It just mind boggling. But at this point, Sony fanboys in general can't stop obsessing over Xbox. Now you got these journalists who can't stop obsessing over Xbox, who are mainly PlayStation focused. It's just getting weird. And then they're doing all this over the footage we saw is just the person who was playing the game made it look absolutely awful. So I don't know. Am I tripping here? Why can't other people just realize the person who's playing it makes it look awful? That's like the analogy I used in my last video. If you saw somebody playing Street Fighter 6 and they can barely do a punch or a kick or a Hadoken or even a special move, you can be like, this game looks trash. If you see people playing it, they barely know how to play, it's going to look trash. So it's just the absurdity of people just being so obsessed with this game, just wanting to fail. When just a few weeks ago, it was mad because it wasn't on PlayStation. The PlayStation, the PS5 version was canceled. So it is just bizarre with this game. It's just real weird. Like, can we wait for the actual game to come out before we have all these harsh criticisms about the game? Can we at least do that? I mean, I just don't get the obsession with Xbox and Xbox exclusives. They just really want the games to be bad, apparently. But then at the same time, they want the games as well too. It just doesn't make any sense. But okay, so this is, I guess, a person who works there. He says, baffling how many people think we're a PlayStation only website. The fact that you're named after a PlayStation controller, I just have no idea what people would think. That you're right. It's just baffling. the website isn't have like a PlayStation controller, but it's shocking that people would think you're just a PlayStation only website. You guys should actually take a look at the website more often. Then you realize that we cover everything. Do you really cover everything? So when Xbox has 90 plus rated games on Metacritic, are you gonna cover those games too, or are you just covering when it's Xbox at their worst moments? Like, I think we know which thing he actually covers here. It's only a lot of hate from the PlayStation fan base, mostly at this point. IGN's ability at game is almost as poor as your journalism. We know you want to play it, just get an Xbox. And that's the thing too, bro. If you don't like the game, like, why do you keep talking about it? Like, it's just weird. Like you saw these Sony fanboys saying, "Hey, the game looks trash," but they can't help but talk about it. All they do this whole week has been talking about Redfall gameplay. From people who just hate Xbox in general, that's all they can do is talk about Xbox. It's like, what is going on with PlayStation right now? Nothing, because it's a desert over there, and the main game they're waiting for first party content is Spider-Man 2. So until then, it's a desert, and they have nothing else to talk about but Xbox. That's why you got fanboy websites like this focusing on Xbox, and it's just that dry with that PlayStation, I guess, at this point. Then he resists the response to call them clowns, which is pretty accurate. Not a good image. There's no effing way Jim Ryan actually says this. I refuse to believe it. And this is MVG talking about the whole Jim Ryan comments. Okay. Forspoken craps on this game. They really want Forspoken to be great, man. They are really butthurt that Forspoken did not have a major success in the game in limelight. It didn't do too well, and they're still butthurt about that, I guess. Not much to cover on PlayStation. I don't blame you. Been a slow 2023 for PlayStation. What the upcoming DLC for Horizon Forbidden West? Yeah, I'm like, doesn't PlayStation got stuff coming out? Like, it's just wild that a PlayStation based website is only talking about Xbox. It's talking about Xbox right now. Yeah, because IGN couldn't play the game. Next time, companies should make sure that people presenting the game can actually play it. And that makes IGN look bad too, because how are you like the biggest like game and media site, and you can't play video games over there? You hire people who can't play video games like that. It's just a bad look overall for the industry, to be honest. Why is Dualshockers reporting on Xbox games? I want to know that too. I really want to know the answer to that. Is it just like so dry at PlayStation? Over at PlayStation side, they got to talk about Xbox games now? Like, really? Is it really that dry that you have the need to talk about Xbox? Apparently so. This game looks so damn good, so fun to watch. PlayStation clowns try and bash it before damn near anyone has played it. And that's the thing too. Nobody has pretty much played the game because the game isn't released yet. Besides the influencers and the journalists who did get a chance to play it, and most of the response was pretty much positive. So it's just odd that we're getting this footage from IGN and people are just the footage shown is just terrible because, like I said before, the reception so far of this game is pretty much like received as a great game. So I don't know what's going on right now, to be honest. It's like it's just a weird time period in the gaming industry right now because we got IGN, one of the biggest game websites. It kind of seems like they can't play video games over there, which is very concerning. And then you got PlayStation websites focusing on the Xbox-based game. It's like your whole website is based around PlayStation. It's like it's just a weird time right now in the gaming industry overall. Dualshockers covers all platforms, not just PlayStation. I think you're confused. Yeah, because if you cover all platforms, why is your website named after a PlayStation controller? If you're like, who is he trying to convince here? Everybody else? Like, who are you really trying to convince here? Less hate, more distaste. Would you be sharing this if this was a positive? No, probably not. Yeah, if this game was if there was a gameplay, a footage that was just amazing, making the game look extremely positive, he probably wouldn't want me showing this or make an article about this at all. Haters are gonna hate. Okay. I'll wait for the full release of the game, which most smart people would probably do at this point because once again, it's like we haven't seen the full game yet. So why are we judging it so harshly based off of gameplay of an awful player playing the game? So the emotions in this article, no one takes you seriously. You're a PlayStation Fanboy website reporting on Xbox games because PS5 is dead dry as a Sierra Desert. Not a good image. Yeah. I like when you just look at the lineup for this year. You got Starfield, Forza, Redfall, Hi-Fi Rush came out earlier. Minecraft Legends, I don't know if Singular's coming out this year, but that might come out this year. But you look at PlayStation, first party content, it's only Spider-Man 2. That's it. And we're not even exaggerating here with the first party concept for Spider-Man 2 and that PSVR that they did the whole focus on PSVR that it's not doing too well because nobody cares about VR like that, to be honest. Well, most people don't care about it, so. What is this nonsense? Forspoken looks trash. Redfall looks fun, Game of the Year material. As he posts the worst image of Redfall. Okay. Cry more. Is that all you have this year? PlayStation only has one game telling them the F off, while Xbox guy has all these games as first exclusive content. So we know what's really going on right here. I think people are just mad because PlayStation has a dry year. They bragged about the year they had last year, but it's like all the big bangers ran out and they're kind of dry this year for exclusive content. So IGN just can't play a game. When you give your little brother the controller, shooting 8 shots and missing 7 when the ball is slightly jogging in a straight line. Yeah, the person they had playing that game was awful. Like, it was just terrible. Like, it just doesn't. It doesn't. Like, I really don't get why people really are judging the game based on how badly that person played the game. Like, really. And we all know where the hate is coming from. It's PS5. You ain't got no games, and you ain't got us to do. Like, they at least got multi-plats at least. Like, so what? Let them play the game to ultimately decide. Articles like this just perpetuate the cycle of negativity around a game before it even launched. Yeah, people like full on just hate this game. The game didn't even launch yet. Like, that's just crazy to me. Like, they want everybody else to hate the game too. Like, because they got that on their system right now. Considering your name is Dualshockers shows you're incredibly biased towards non-PlayStation games. Dualshockers, thanks for your non-biased input. Yes, dude. The website name of the PlayStation controller is definitely not biased at all. Wow, a pony page is reporting about Xbox exclusives. What a time we live in. Y'all should report about the PSVR 2 and Forsaken. Oh, the BSVR 2. My bad. Let me correct it. A useless article. Journalists have no integrity and are clout chasers. If you have proper sense, you would know that IGN journalists showcase of the game is badly portrayed by them, from the weird cuts to horrible gameplay. But you lot are adding to the fuel zero integrity. Uh, Jeez, just called them scumbags. It is a lot of it is pretty much a lot of fake outrage at this point. Like once again, if the game actually releases, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a different story. Just from the people who have played it so far, say otherwise. They say it's a great game, so I'm gonna go with that. Like the game has an interesting concept, Far Cry with zombies. So I'm still excited for the game. I'm not gonna let these people take away my hype for the game at this point. It's like I'm still excited for it. So those are just my thoughts. It's kind of sad that people just gotta hate on games now, like because it's the opposite side of the concept that you don't have with the. It's just real ridiculous. It's like let the full game release, and people get the actual opinions out there, not some biased PlayStation website who supposedly mostly report on PlayStation, but now they're talking about Xbox games, which makes no sense to me. But you know. This guy says he's baffled by people who don't want to listen to his opinion. But okay. But definitely see your thoughts down below. Leave a like this video. And as always, thanks for watching and peace.